This is it then, the final part of our final season as Spurs director of football. Our head coach Will Still could still go and win, in this video, the Premier League, the Champions League, which was our main target, but also the FA Cup as well. It could be a glorious end to our tenure as DOF at Spurs before we move to a team far and far away. Possibly. We don't actually know where we're going to go yet, but we'll talk about that a little bit in today's video, as well as playing the semi-finals of the Champions League, the end of our Premier League season, and an FA Cup final too. It could be glorious. Are you ready for this? I'm a bit sad to be leaving Spurs, but it could be a really cool end. Let's jump into it. Hello, welcome back to the Spurs DOF save. The final time I'm going to say that, because from now on, after this video, we're going to be leaving Spurs, aren't we? And today we're going to jump straight into the save file to begin things today. I want to get straight into this. Trigger warning, this could be a very long video because there's a lot to get through, and let me show you why. We are, with 4 games to go in the Premier League, well and truly top of the league. You'd probably expect that from the way that we're going in the last episode. The league form has been really, really, really good. We are 34 games in. Let's have a look at this league table. We've won 27 of those games. We've got 86 points already. We could be on for, how many points could we get here? We could get 98 points in a season, which is, I mean, just a measure of how good we've really turned into now under Will Still. It kind of does tell me that maybe it is the time to move on. We've built this dynasty. We've built this superb Tottenham Hotspur team. We're going to win the league again. We need, I think, 1 win to go and win this league. Our remaining games are against, we've got Villa away, Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester City. I mean, they're actually some tough games. Chelsea and Arsenal really tough. But the league, I don't think is the focus here, because we've done that before. We've achieved that already. You can probably see it from here. We are still in the Champions League. We've drawn Barcelona in the semi-final of the Champions League. Let me show you our run up until this point. In the quarterfinals, we had Chelsea. We beat them 3-1 on aggregate. It was a 2-0 win in the second leg at home that set this up. Adoji and Enzo Fernandez seeing us through. You can see the team that was picked. No real changes from last episode. I feel like we've done quite a lot of this season to show you how things have been getting on, how we've been performing, who's been playing where, the system that is being used, etc, etc, to know that we don't need to look at every result. I don't think. Maybe just the Champions League run here, maybe the FA Cup run too. We'll come back to that. We beat Chelsea in the quarterfinal. We beat no, it wasn't, it was Nice in the round of 16. 5-3 on aggregate in this one. We beat them 2-0 again in the second leg. Again, getting them back home for the second leg and winning it comfortably was enough to see us through in that one. After, what was the first leg result in that one? If it was 3, I can't remember now. I'm trying to work out the maths on my head there. I think it was a 3-3 draw. I was going to say it was a bit mental. Sesko, we talked about him a lot in the last episode, scoring a late equaliser in that game. Enough. I think they scored fairly late. They did, yeah. 90th minute from them. He then equalised. That gave us a good springboard to go and win it at home. And that sent us through to the semi-finals. The game that we went straight through to the round of 16, didn't we? Because we managed to sneak through, if you remember, from the league phase with that 0-0 draw against Frankfurt. That sets us up for our ultimate aim of this season. We wanted to have a 1-season shot at winning the Champions League. We're close. We are so close. As Pep Guardiola once famously said, we do need to get past one of Pep's former teams in Barcelona, though. It's not going to be easy. They are actually really good as well, to show you. And I'm going to concentrate on this a little bit more right now because that's the first game here. They're top of the La Liga. The La Liga? That's definitely not right, is it? They're top of La Liga quite comfortably by a load of points. They are, look, going to win the league. And what have they got? 4 games, 5 games to go for them. They're going to win the league there. We're going to win the league in England. So it is a bit of a clash of the titans here. If we can make it through, though, it will be Milan or Bayern Munich in the final. I think both of those are winnable. Bayern tough, but Milan, I guess, have actually taken the lead in that tie with the, was that at Bayern Munich? It was. Sometimes it kind of, I didn't know if it was actually the right way around. It is. So they've won away from home there, Milan. They've put themselves in a really good position to make the final. Could we have Milan in the final? You'd have to back us, wouldn't you? If that was the case. That's what we're going to be aiming for. Alongside trying to win the league, we're going to go and play a few live comms. And I say live comms, Watching Man is going to attend these matches to watch how things go. We will watch Barcelona home and away. We'll maybe go and watch Villa, because I think that's the game that could seal our title. So it could be those 3 games. If we don't beat Villa, I'll see how we go. Maybe we'll watch the Villa game, watch those 3 games, and then the the Champions League final, hopefully, if we make it, as well as the FA Cup final. There could be 5 matches that we're going to watch today. Like I said, it could be a really long video. And if it is, I feel like it's a fitting end to what has been an amazing time, actually, here at Spurs. We've made so much progress. If you go back to where we were in our first season under Don Peruzzi, our mate, our legend. I kind of want to be reunited with Don Peruzzi at some point in this save. I'm not sure how, because his football was a little bit defensive, wasn't it? Here was the first season, look, where we finished 6th in the league. And that was kind of after clutching it up towards the end, if you remember. We finished 6th, then we finished 4th. I think this is when Will Still came in and we finished 2nd. And then in Will Still's 2nd season, we won the league for the first time. It looks like he's going to go and do it again. There's been steady improvement over these years, which is what you want to see in a save like this. We have, I guess, ran the club into the ground completely in terms of the balance, but that's fun on FM. And if we win the league and the Champions League, this will improve and I think we'll be okay. I'm also sort of hoping that we get bailed out by a takeover, which was sort of being talked about and then it ultimately didn't happen. But that's one way to save it, isn't it? The transfer debt, by the way, has actually gone massively down. We're down to 135 million. That was up to over 200 million at one point. So we're paying a few of those installments off. Eventually, the balance is kind of suffering for it, which I know that a lot of you aren't going to like to see. A lot of you saying, go to Valencia, go to a few other teams that have massive, Fiorentina, I think it might have been as well, teams with massive financial issues. And I was kind of thinking, maybe not. That's maybe not something we should do, but either way, something to look out for. Thank you for all of your suggestions, by the way, in recent videos about which teams we should go for. Something I'm still looking at. Something that I think we're going to have to wait until the end of the season, because right now, if I go to the job center, job security, there's actually no jobs available right at this second. Look, Palace, Levante, Brianza, Pisa, there's no jobs actually available right now. So I think we'll have to wait and see as well when the season finishes, if anybody comes, if any good jobs become available. I'm still looking. I think my dream scenario, I think, might be Dortmund. Dortmund are 5th. If they miss Champions League, you'd really have to think that they would be thinking about sacking their manager, which is currently Arne Slot, who's linked with Spurs in real life, which I think is quite poetic in a way, isn't it? So something we will look out for there. I guess, though, we should probably stop talking about this too much and try and get... I don't know. There's so much to talk about in this save, isn't there? I guess we should probably try and get ourselves into this game here with Barcelona, who are a formidable opponent. We're going to go and play that game now. You can see some of the results on here. If you want to pause it and see how we've got on in the league to get to the point that we're at right now in terms of league results, you can. If I show you as well the players, I've put in who I think are the best 11 or the players that are playing the most right now. This is, I think, just picked the best 11, isn't it? Yeah, it is. You can see some of the player stats there. If you want to pause it and have a proper look at those, have a look, by the way. This is my big success story. Benjamin Sesko, 8 starts, 17 goals. He is a super sub. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer-like. Coming off the bench and scoring goals. Can he do that against Barcelona in the Champions League? Something to look out for. I'm going to go and get ourselves ready. I'm going to get Watching Man to attend this game. I will see you when we play Barcelona in the Champions League semi-final. Oh, it's exciting. It's exciting. Have we got a chance? Can we get ourselves up for it on the day? And talking about things that go up, that is the worst segue ever. A word from our sponsors of today's video. I'm so sorry. Whoa, stop. Sorry to interrupt, but I must just say that today's video is sponsored by Flexispot. Flexispot are a leading brand in standing desks, and I completely adore mine. They've sent me out the E8, and here's the process of me assembling it, which, by the way, was very, very easy. With it assembled, I can be working away, and then with a touch of a button, I can adjust the height so much so that I can be standing next to my desk, which is a game changer when you're playing games like FM, and you know, when you just walk off for a bit and then come back to it. It's really, really convenient and so easy to do, and it's such a bonus to be able to work standing up and adjust the height of your desk, especially when it looks as good as this and it is as high quality as this product here. I promise you that if you pick yourself up one of these E8 standing desks or any of the others from the range, you will not be disappointed with the product. And you can do so by following the link that is in today's description of our video. It will take you to this webpage and you can browse away and purchase whatever you choose to. I promise you, as I've said before, you will not regret it. Flexispot, a fantastic brand. Thank you for sponsoring today's video. And let's get back to it. All right, then, here we go. We are set to attend. We are now Watching Man. I've unpicked the 11 and everything, not influencing anything at all. Will still is making these decisions. What a huge game this is. Away at the new camp. to see if we can make our way to a Champions League final. We probably need to get some sort of result here, don't we? Maybe a draw at the very least if we're going to go through. There's the Barcelona team. It's Torres up front, Ferran Torres, Gavi, Bentancur, a former player in there. Always terrifying. They've got Ake playing left back. Okoli's been a bit dodgy actually sometimes when I've used him. Not great on the ball. There is the Spurs team. It's França, Bellingham, Camavinga. Pino is back. Kane is playing striker. Osman is on the bench. Kane, striker, is the big call then from Will Still, as I'm probably aware that there's a lot of loud music going on right now with the Champions League music. Let me just turn it down slightly because I feel like I'm being drowned out by Champions League drama as I try to go through the team sheets there. But it always catches you off guard, doesn't it? But it's a nice little touch. I like it from SI. There is the Spurs team then. Adoji, Bastoni, Timber starts centre-back. Porro right back. First highlight, and it's Barcelona with the ball. I am tense. I'm scared. I'm worried. I'm also excited to hopefully make a Champions League final. It could end here. We could go out in the semi-finals, which would be it's an admirable effort. We've built a team good enough to win it, but you need a bit of luck as well, don't you? As Barcelona attack and Costa clears it long. There's Pino. Need a performance from him. We need a performance from our front three. Kane in that striker role. Will that hold us back? I think it kind of did for a while, didn't it? But he has scored a few goals this year. I don't know why he's not gone with Osman as Barcelona score. I feel like we could have cleared it at the end there. Ferran Torres has scored within the first 10 minutes here. Playing as a striker, he kind of goes round. I don't know why this is reversed. So there's one person who's going to be very annoyed about that in the... it's not actually reversed. I think we must be reversed. Why is... That's not... How do I make this not reversed? Replay... Why is my replay revert? I'll put it on TV and then it shouldn't be. There we go. I think that's why. It's it's just a little bit of camera admin there. He goes round Costa. He almost gets there. Is it Bastoni? It is. He almost gets a foot to it, but we're 1-0 down. I need a response here, Will. We need a response. 4 minutes later, we do have the ball on the attack. I hope there's loads of you cheering along. Lots of you say in these games that you get properly into them. I hope you do. Kane equalizes. Yes, what a response. And I almost criticized the call just before, but Harry Kane has scored at the Nou Camp and we are back on level terms. We've got what would have been an away goal. It's still an away goal, but it doesn't count extra, does it? It's Leao with the little pullback. Kane with enough power to beat Ter Stegen. 1-1. 13 minutes in. It's a bit of an electric start here in this game. I don't mind if it settles down and we play out a 1-1 draw here. I think that'd be fine. We've done that a few times in this Champions League journey where we take them back home for the second leg. We get ourselves a nice 2-0 win. João Cancelo playing for Barcelona here. Araujo. Bentancur, his Oscar. Not familiar with Oscar. Is that a new gen or is that a Spanish player, I assume? Is it? It's not the... No, I'm not sure who he is. Oh, God, that's deflected. It's Costa, who's managed to hold it. Will that be the highlight? I don't think it will, you know. When we build an attack... Oh, my word. I was going to say Camavinga. I like him in that deeper role, but he's given it away there. Probably one of our players of the season. Camavinga. He's probably... Well, him and Bellingham are so good. A lot of our success is built off that midfield, I think. Here's Pino down the right-hand side. He's been good too. Leao as well. França. And a bit of an unfamiliar star has scored. We've taken the lead at the Nou Camp. From 1-0 down to 2-1 up inside half an hour. What a ball over the top from Yeremy Pino. What a finish from Matheus França. There are superstars in this team all over the place. He's just about onside. He beats Ter Stegen. Good finish. 2-1. Now just calm it down, Will. Calm it down, Will. They've got Rodri as well. I kind of like this Barcelona team. Who is this Oscar? I'll have a look at him afterwards. Who is this Oscar guy? Is it the one that I'm thinking of, or is it a new gen? I haven't seen a lot of new gens, actually. I guess we're, what, 5 seasons in? I expect to see a few more, especially in our new club. We're going to have a look at some of those new gens that we've signed. I kind of want to loan some of the ones, like Chavez Carretera, if we loan him for our new club. I feel like that could be really cool. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Right now, the here and now is that we're in a Champions League semi-final. Doji's been injured and gone off. Guardiola is on. So we've been forced into one early change. Halftime team talk from Will Still. We'll get into the second half. No other changes. No changes from Barcelona either. It is all about, can we... I mean, we've put ourselves in a good position. Can we just get ourselves out of here with some type of result? We've won it back high up the pitch. Bellingham through to França, who's going to get there first. Oh, good save from Ter Stegen. Almost. He had the pace to get onto that ball there, and França almost made it 3. Imagine we could take a 2-goal cushion. back to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Any other changes? Yes, Bellingham's gone off and Enzo Fernandez has come on. There's another one. Timber often has gone for Antonio Silva on at the back. He does love a centre-back change, does Will still. I always find it a bit odd. I never really change my defence unless I have to, unless someone's having a shocker. He's changed, though, Timber off and Antonio Silva on, maybe for some fresh legs. Bit of pace in there. A bit more height, potentially, as they go close with Ferran Torres. I don't know why we need the height when we're defending against Ferran Torres, but there you go. Any other changes here? No, just those 3 so far. Keep it tight. There's 10 minutes to play, and we've got a 2-1 lead heading back to London. Can we hold on? We're going into added time. 4 minutes added on. This is fine. This is... What a result. Oh, my God. Maybe I've spoken too soon. Barcelona. Oh, my God. It's gone over. Good save from Costa. There's going to be another corner. If we can see this out, this is a glorious result in Spain. Gavi with the chance to the back post. He smashed it over. We're going to win. In Barcelona, we've given ourselves an unbelievable chance of making a Champions League final here. 2-1 is the scoreline. Kane and France are with the goals. I think with Spurs' schedule here, I think I've made an executive decision to go and play this Villa game. And if we win the title, I'll record a bit of the celebrations and things, and I'll bring you a bit of an update on it. I don't think we need to do it as a live com, especially with the chance of having another semi-final game, a Champions League final potentially, hopefully, and then an FA Cup final game. I don't know if we need the extra league one. I think you'd agree with me that the league is kind of already won here. We can afford to slip up 3 times in 4 games. It shouldn't happen. So I think I'm going to skip the league game and I'm going to go straight now to the Barcelona game here. I'm going to go and play the Aston Villa game. I will actually go and watch it, but I'm just probably not going to put it in the video. I'll let you know the scoreline at the end of this Villa game. I'll see you then. What a victory that is. I'll see you in a second. Okay, we're just coming to the end of this Villa game here. I've just jumped in just to show you the final few moments because we are about to win the title. I don't know if we're going to get trophy lift because we are away from home, but we're 2-1 up. We're in added time. James Ward-Prowse has just taken a free kick, which is tipped over. Benjamin Sesko has scored both goals in this game, and the whistle's about to go. And we are confirmed as Premier League title winners again. I didn't think it was necessary to do the whole game, but I wanted to show you the trophy lift as we've won back-to-back Premier League titles then. Harry Kane is about to lift it. Sesko starting, scoring both goals in this one. I mean, they've gone invisible. What is happening? What? Who is that? There's one... They're back. Okay, they're back. I mean, that was very much like that meme of like when the trophy disappeared, like Spurs winning a trophy. But no, we've lifted it. Harry Kane lifts the Premier League title for the 2nd season in a row. And now we have the small matter of going to play Barcelona and hopefully adding the Champions League to this. Because if we do that, it is the perfect end to our time at Spurs. Well done, Will Still. Back-to-back Premier League titles. It's helping our reputation as well when we go looking for another job. I hope it's not affected by the fact that we've actually managed 0 matches, technically. But I'm hoping our rep still goes up. There is the team that played. Look, Osman came on the left-hand side, by the way. I like the fact that Escobar made an appearance off the bench and Pinto off the bench with Sesko scoring both goals. Either way, we are now champions. I will see you for the 2nd leg of the Barcelona game. Can we make the Champions League final? I'll see you then. Okay, so straight back into it. We were confirmed as champions, of course, in the last game, but straight back into it because we've got another match to go and watch. We've got the Barcelona 2nd leg at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium now. A 2-1 lead from the 1st leg. Can we go and do it? Here's that Champions League music about to arrive again. This time I'm ready for it. Shouldn't be as... Is there any? Oh, I don't think it's actually playing this time. Surely, right? No, okay. All right, whatever, UEFA. Fine. There it is. Right. There is the Spurs team. Bellingham's playing left wing. France is playing right wing. It's Timber at DM. So he has switched it up slightly. Guardiola starts left back as well because Udogie had an injury. So he's missing. There's that Oscar fella that I still don't know who he is. He doesn't have a face. So, I mean, there's more mystery to this Oscar guy now. I mean, in the comments down below, maybe you can let me know who he is. We are underway. A 2-1 aggregate lead from the 1st leg. Can we just see it through from here? 10 minutes gone. Perfect start. This is exactly what we are needing. Can I put something else on here? Because we don't really need latest event updates. Maybe a bit of a heat map. But nah, I'm not sure that's that useful. Maybe a Tottenham... What's a visualizer? That's a good way to do it, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, I actually like the momentum thing. Is that on here? As nothing is happening. I mean, we do have highlights on, right? Yeah, key highlights is on. But 36 minutes in, we're doing a brilliant job at just stifling Barcelona, it seems. They've had more of the ball, but there's not much happening, which is absolutely fine. We'll put the XG story on there, which is quite similar at the moment. A first half where they've had bookings and no highlights is fine. Maybe we should be making the running a little bit more, considering we're the home team. You'd want us maybe to get a goal to have a bit of a cushion, because they could just catch us out with a bit of a a shot in the dark here, and it could go to extra time. But I'm relatively happy with what you're doing here, Will. Still nothing to say so far. No, there has been some subs actually. Enzo Fernandez and Romero are off. Kane is on in midfield. And also Guardiola, did he just move there? Who else came on? There's 3 subs been made. So he is doing changes. This is our first highlight. I was hoping it would just be a no highlight game. Kane's nicked it pretty high up the pitch as well. He's gone to Sesko on the left-hand side. That might have been one of the changes. Actually, was it Sesko who started? I didn't even notice. Was it Sesko or Osimhen? That's a penalty. No, it's not. Why did he stop? I thought he'd stop because the ref was going to blow, but he didn't. It's now a chance for Barcelona at the other end. Camavinga's won it back. We've got Ward-Prowse on the pitch as well here. This game seems to be getting away from me because it's going quickly, but not a lot has happened. It's nervy, tetchy in this second leg. We've got a highlight here to hopefully give us a little bit more comfort. Guardiola down the left. Crosses. Sesko's there. Sesko! He scored the 2 goals in the league. He's worked his way into this team. Sesko did start. It was Osimhen, look, who is on the bench. So, okay, it's not that big of a deal unless Kane started a move. Do you know what? I'm actually unsure right now. I've kind of lost track of what Will Still was doing. I think Sesko might have started this game up front, you know. França. Can he get a shot away? Goes back to Bastoni. That's quite careful, isn't it? França this time. That's not careful. He's lost it to Angelo. This could be heartbreaking. If they equalise now and take it to extra time, it could be heartbreaking. There's 5 minutes to play. We've won the header. França, you need to win that. He does. Well done. Ward-Prowse to Silva. Can you tell how nervous I am? I'm genuinely nervous. I really want to make at least the final. So we have a real send-off. Like, we had this 1 season shot at the Champions League. We want to make the final. At least to give us a chance. Pino down the left-hand side. Could confirm it right now. Sesko! Oh, it's clipped the crossbar. At least it was our highlight. There's 5 to play. The highlights are now coming thick and fast. Barcelona, I think, are probably going for it. Hopefully that leaves spaces at the other end as França loses it again. He's been a little bit lacking in keeping possession. They've given it away anyway, though. Camavinga loses it. We've won it back again. Silva, I think he came off the bench, didn't he, as well? Bastoni, Camavinga. Jeremy Pino's playing left wing now. He's come on for Bellingham. There's been a load of changes made by Will Still. Ball over the top. Pino. The Spaniard down the left. Can he pull it back? He can. Kane to confirm our place in the Champions League final. He's one of our own, if you're a Spurs fan. It's Harry Kane. It's 3-1 on aggregate. And now surely, we've got our place in the Champions League final where we'll be playing Milan or Bayern Munich. I don't know the result of their game. I don't know if they've played it yet. We'll find out after this, though. We're going to have a Champions League final in today's episode. It could be the fairy tale end to our time at Spurs. Just see it through from here, lads. Look how upset they are. That is the final whistle. Tottenham Hotspur. This Tottenham Hotspur. Sesko, Pino, França, Kane, Bastoni, Guardiola. These legends have taken us to the Champions League final. And we deserved it as well. A 3-1 aggregate win against the champions-elect in Spain, Barcelona. This Spurs team means serious business this year. We're going to go to a Champions League final. Let's go and find out who we're going to play in the Champions League final. It will be... We don't know yet. They haven't played. It will be Milan or Barcelona. Let's go and find out who our opposition will be. We'll start to prepare for that. We are Premier League champions. We're in a Champions League final. We've got an FA Cup final to go. Let's go and play those finals now. First up, I believe it will be the FA Cup final. So let's go and find out who we're going to play in the final. And I will see you for another final. I mean, there's a lot of matches in today's episode. Let's go to the FA Cup final next. Okay, so it's the day before the FA Cup final. It's Saturday, the 22nd of May. And we are playing Manchester City in the FA Cup final tomorrow. I wanted to just come in here, though, just to show you the context of the squad as we go into this cup final, as we go into this final, followed by the Champions League final, because we've got some injuries that we're going to have to contend with, or Will Still is going to have to contend with. Costa being the first of which. He should return and he should be okay, but is carrying an injury, our goalkeeper, which means Bataro, who's on international duty, isn't going to be available. And then we've got Liam Ferguson, the young goalkeeper, who potentially could have to play an FA Cup final here. I don't think it's going to happen because I think Costa should return, but just keep an eye on it because that could be quite interesting going into this. We've also got a slight injury to Marco Pinto, who could be back as well, but Timber is going to struggle. He is a doubt for the Champions League final, which is, just to mention, against Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich did win against Milan on penalties. There is let's have a look at the Bayern team actually, because I think it's interesting. Darwin Nunez leads the line for them with, here he is he on the bench here? Did he play? Highland as their backup striker. They've spent big on a former Spurs player then. £76 million on him. 7 in 11 is not too bad. 9 in 12 too. He could be a threat. Could he come back to bite us after we sold him on for a decent profit, didn't we, earlier in the save? I just wanted to mention that because I'm a little bit worried about it in that Champions League final. It will be this Bayern team. Musiala, De Jong, Goretzka, De Ligt. I mean, it's a really, really good Bayern Munich team. Slightly worrying, but we've got a really good team as well, haven't we? These have been the results as well, just to show you up until this FA Cup game. We have beaten, we last saw it, of course, from this Barcelona game here. We have beaten Chelsea, London derby. It was Rafael Leao with the goal to win it early on. I say to win it. It was actually Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, who does have a name like a prom venue, but did score a goal against us there. 2-1 was the win there, and then another London derby, the North London derby. Christian Romero, 91st minute winner from him. Very nice indeed. Very good. Then it was almost perfect, except for the fact that we lost to rock bottom of the league, Nottingham Forest, who ended up actually the season. It was 2-1 in this game. They ended the season on 18 points. Well off the pace. 20th in the league. We won the league in the end with 95 points. 3 losses all year. Forest being one of them. Liverpool and then away at Southampton. All 3 away from home. 5 draws. Most of those away from home as well. 3 of those away from home. We also drew to Newcastle and Manchester United. A great season. It's actually a very high quality season if you look at the points totals. 86 points for Manchester United. That's usually not far off title winning points totals, is it? So they gave us a good run, but we were just too good. 95 points from us. As we head into now 2 crucial games. It's Manchester City. I should mention as well, I was going through the injuries. I need to mention a couple more because Yeremy Pino is going to miss this as well. We are really down to bare bones as in terms of wingers. I guess he'll go with França on one side. Maybe he'll go with Bellingham. Maybe we'll see an appearance from Escobar as well. He's been coming off the bench too. He's going to have to think outside the box in terms of our wingers because Pino and Leao are both out. Leao will miss the Champions League final as well. He is out for 4 to 6 weeks after breaking his toe in that game against Forest. So the squad is going to be tested here. It's Manchester City as well, who are really quite good with Erling Haaland playing. I am now going to go on holiday, though, with myself because we're going to go and watch the match. I need to go on holiday for 2 days here because the game is tomorrow. We'll go across to Watching Man, who is set to come and attend this final. We'll play the FA Cup final. Then we'll play the Champions League final. We're going to finish up our time at Spurs. I've been looking as well at the teams that have sacked their manager. Bournemouth have sacked their manager. Sheffield United sacked their manager. I think Forest sacked their manager as well. No one really that's tickled my fancy as of yet has removed their manager. Dortmund still have Arne Slot in place. Valencia seem like they've sort of recovered over in Spain. I just want to see, actually, if I go and have a look at the Spanish league, because I'm tempted still by that Valencia job. They are outside the European places with 1 game to go. If they do finish there, maybe there will be a sacking. Hopefully there'll be a sacking. Who do they have in the last game? They are maybe the team that is... Them or Dortmund are maybe the 2 teams that are top of my list. They've got Sevilla. That's a real... They're right next to each other in the league. Sevilla, the home team. Let's keep an eye on that. The current manager is Xabi Alonso. Hasn't been there that long though, has he? When did he go in as manager? He went in on... He's been there 158 days. Do you know what? He went in January. If they finish outside of the European places, maybe, just maybe, they sack their manager. And that could be our next job. I do like the idea of it. They're a really cool team, aren't they, Valencia? Financial issues as well, which, I mean, if you've got financial problems, who should you bring in? I am an astute economic man. I don't even know what the title was. Yeah, do you know what? Let's cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's get ourselves up to this FA Cup final and see if we can add another trophy to our cabinet. Oh yeah, actually Bournemouth haven't sacked the manager. They were just on the insecure jobs list, of course. Okay, they've not sacked them yet, but they are going... I think they've been relegated, so I think that's why I assume that they had. There it is then. The team's warming up. Let's go and play Manchester City in the FA Cup final. Have we won the FA Cup yet? Or did we lose that final? I'm losing track of it. We're winning everything. It'd be really cool if we got we could get a treble here. And it's a proper treble as well. League, FA Cup and Champions League. The United treble. It would be quite cool, wouldn't it? There's the team. Osman, Bellingham, França. It is Bellingham playing wide. França on the other side then as our front three. Osman in the middle. There's the Man City team with Foden, a bit of a false nine. They're playing a 35-year-old Kevin De Bruyne as a right winger. Probably an advanced playmaker on the right-hand side, but that's interesting. Let's have a look at the rest of this Spurs team. Kane plays midfield, Camavinga and Enzo. Romero starts, Bastoni starts, Adoji, Porro and Costa. So with the injuries, we're maybe a little bit weaker, but I still think we've put out a really good team there. 20 minutes in, nothing's happened as of yet, but that's okay. Just the one shot so far with City having it off target. 30 minutes in, it's another one of these live comms. It's not the end of the world. It means that we're in this game. First highlight, Kvaratskhelia, great player. Playing for Man City here. Koundé, really good as well. Kvaratskelia's in behind. Oh, he's gone down. I think the referee's going to give it. It seems really soft. He kind of just nudged him over. But City are going to have a penalty here. I mean, why is it always City we play in these finals? Like, we beat them in the league and we finish above them in the league, but in the finals, they're just really good. Is it Kevin De Bruyne? It is. A 35 or 36-year-old Kevin De Bruyne slots it home. Keeper went the right way. It is Costa in goal, by the way. We didn't mention that, did we? He has seemingly recovered from that injury, which you'd expect him to with a day to go, but it was a bit worrying for a while whether he's going to make it or not. He has made it. He's not able to keep the penalty kick out of the net, though. We trail at Wembley. We have a highlight immediately, though, as Kane, who's carrying an injury. Is it Ward-Prowse that would come on for him? I think it probably would be, with France and Bellingham playing wide in these games. That is a little bit of a different approach, isn't it? Two sort of central midfield players playing wide. Great ball, though. They've combined. França on one side has drilled it across to the other, and Jude Bellingham's headed it in. What a goal that is from the two players that I was discussing. We're back on level terms, and this is a fantastic goal. Look at the technique on this from Mateus França to hit it flush on the volley. I think he does. Maybe a half volley. It's a great header at the back post as well from Jude Bellingham. Back to level terms. Things are looking up all of a sudden as we approach half time. Come on, lads. Big second half from here. Will Still, are you going to make any changes at half time? Let's find out. Good half in the end. We've recovered from being a goal down. We like to see that. No changes as of yet. Liam Ferguson, the young keeper, by the way, has made the bench, which I guess because Bataria was on international duty, that would be expected, wouldn't it? We've made a change or two. Camavinga and Romero off. I assume Antonio Silva is one of the changes there. Ward-Prowse is the other man who's come on. He's hit the bar. He's hit the woodwork, and we've gone close. But now City have an attack. It's Michael Elise who's headed over. A few highlights coming in then. It was Ward-Prowse. Kane has stayed on despite that slight injury earlier. I wonder if that's going to come back to... It looks like he's recovered from it, but I wonder if that will plague him a little bit for the rest of this game. Caicedo brings it forward for City. Great run. Giving it away, though. One back by Porro. Fernandez into Osimhen. França. Good play this. Enzo Fernandez into Victor Osimhen, and we've taken the lead. It's a flowing attack from us. Enzo Fernandez heavily involved. A bit of a counter-attack, but Victor Osimhen has put it into the back of the net. It's a really nice goal, actually. We played through City here. Slipped through by Enzo Fernandez. Ederson kind of chests it, and it goes in there, and we lead with 20 to play in the FA Cup final. We lead. Are there going to be more changes? Escobar is on. That is one of the changes. He's come on for Jude Bellingham, who scored our first goal, sorry. And that is our three changes so far. The youngster, the Colombian, Escobar is on. Free kick for City. Kevin De Bruyne. He's not letting his age stop him at all here. He's put that one wide, though. He scored the penalty. He looked to score from another set piece there. 10 to play. We just need to see this one out. There's a highlight, though. Dodo down the right-hand side. City will give it everything you'd expect, wouldn't they? It's De Bruyne. It's Foden in that false nine position. Down the right-hand side, De Bruyne. He's got the pace to get away from a couple of defenders there. And get the ball into Bernardo Silva. Oh, it's a missed tackle. And Ivan Ilic has equalised. It's 2-2 then, heading into the final 8 minutes here. We were so close to securing it, but it's a lovely bit of play from De Bruyne into Silva, and then a finish from Ilic. Who's the desperate challenge from? It's Harry Kane, still carrying that injury. Maybe if he wasn't injured, he'd be able to get there. But no, We're going to go to maybe extra time here. Can we find a winner in normal time? Any other changes from Will Still? He has made one more, so I'm not sure exactly who it was. It was Guardiola on for Bastoni. Maybe a centre-back. Escobar, make yourself a hero. It comes to Kane. França, Escobar. Oh, it's deflected, and the keeper's got it. I thought that was going to be the moment. I thought Steven Escobar was going to write his name into the history books, but not quite. It deflected up, and now City actually have the opportunity to go and win it. This would be heartbreaking. Phil Foden's in, and they have. There's an offside flag. Is he going to be on, though? They're going to check it. VAR. There's a VAR check. Disallowed. Oh, my word. I was convinced that that was going to be given. It has been disallowed. It looks like we're going to go to extra time. It is. It is extra time. There's Will Still on the sideline. Apparently, we've been shooting very well. Not well enough, because we've only scored twice. We've been... I mean, it's been close. Only 2 shots on target apiece, look, actually, here. We're maybe a bit lucky that they didn't win it there. We had a chance of our own. Extra time begins. Let's just pause and just go through the team to see if there's been any other changes here. We have taken off, then, Kane, Romero, Bastoni. So Kane's just gone off. It's Raphael, the young Frenchman. He's barely played this year. We are so light on wingers, though, that the youngster is on the left wing then. Joan Raphael is on the left wing. He's a really good player. Can he have an impact here? I think that might be all of our changes as well. City have made changes too. Abada's on. I think he was a change. Foden's still on, though, looking knackered up front. De Bruyne playing in midfield. Knackered. I keep saying it. He's 36 years old. But we are then in extra time. We're almost at half-time and extra time already. It could go to a penalty shootout. It very often does, doesn't it, when you get to extra time? Half-time, extra time, a quick turnaround. There's going to be 10 minutes to play. Can we have a highlight to try and win it? De Bruyne looks dead on his feet in there. Is he going to be able to take a penalty? Maybe he won't need to. We've made another sub. Musa is on. The young Evans Musa, the youth intake player Evans Musa is on at right back. He needs to do his defending here because City have the ball. We've got the ball back, though. Fernandes. Victor Osimhen can win it for us. He's in to win the FA Cup. Round the keeper. He puts it in. Victor Osimhen has scored in extra time. Enzo Fernandez with the ball. Come on. It's 3-2. We've got 3 and a bit minutes to hold on. Adoji into Enzo. Look at this pass from Enzo Fernandez. And the finish is very cool. He almost just kind of taps it in, look, nudges it into the back of the net. It's 3-2. And now, a bit like before, we just need to hold on until the end. There's a minute. Okay, we've got a highlight. Ward-Prowse, that's fine. That's fine. It's gone over. It's going to be a corner as well, which means we can waste even more time. There's literally 40 seconds to go. There's not many people in this box. I'm surprised nobody has gone short. He's still going to swing it in, although he's taken every second of the time he's got here. He does swing it in. Headed away by Dodo. Should be collected, although it actually has been won by Elise here. They could break. There is a chance for City. We've been a bit naive there. Why do we not go short for it? Guardiola heads away. Dodo back in. Abada went down. There's no penalty. I thought that they were going to give a pen against us there. Just hold the ball. There it is. We have won the FA Cup. We've won the double this year. Will Still, who is at the back of this line here, has won the double. It's the second time we get to see a trophy lifted in this video, and it could be the second of 3. We go to Bayern Munich in the Champions League final after this one. Harry Kane will lift the trophy. Will he disappear this time? No, he won't. There's Will Still, look, with his glasses on. Harry Kane lifts the FA Cup. We've added another trophy to our repertoire, to our manager reputation, remember, as the DOF here, helping us hopefully to go and find a good job after this one. We're on top of the world. It's a 3-2 extra time victory in the FA Cup final at Wembley. We're going to go to the Stade de France next, though. The Stade de France, where we'll play Bayern Munich in the Champions League final in our final game as the Spurs DOF. We move on after this one. The series takes a bit of a change after this one. I'll see you in France for a Champions League final. Come on. So here it is then. This is what we've aimed for all season. It could be the fairy tale end. It could be, and probably more likely, I suppose, a little bit of a disappointing end, but we had to go for it and we've made it to the final. It's Bayern Munich in the Champions League final in the Stade de France. And let's have a look at the team that's available for it, because we've got a pretty clean bill of health, actually. There's only one major injury, and that's Rafael Leao, who we knew was going to be out with that broken toe. He misses out. There's a slight injury on Jurien Timber. He's out for a while as well, so he's probably not going to play. He's not recommended to be available, but everyone else is available, barring those players that aren't registered for the Champions League. Escobar, not registered. Joan Raphael, those wingers that did play in the FA Cup final, not registered. Also a backup goalkeeper. We are kind of lacking there because Ferguson's not registered. I think he joined afterwards, and then Bataro is out on international duty, so we've only really got a grayed out keeper as a reserve, which is a bit worrying, but I'm sure it's going to be fine. Costa plays every game, and it's going to be fine. That is the situation. I guess all that's left to be done is to go and get ourselves to the Stade de France. I do, before we go there, just want to check on the job security, because a few teams have become available. A few managers have been sacked. It is Bournemouth still haven't sacked Sean Dyche, but Sheffield United, Strasbourg, bit of an outside shot there. Liga 1, they have finished. Where do they finish in the league, Strasbourg? They finished 15th. So maybe a chance at a real rebuild. It's not really one that takes my fancy that much, though. Levante, another one. In terms of those teams that we looked at, Dortmund, still stable. They finished, I think, 5th in the league. So Europa League, is that going to be enough to keep him in a job? It might be if they're stable, you know. So maybe that's a dream that dies here. What we might have to do after this game is just click the resign button and then wait until the job becomes available. I think that might be the best way to do it. I've debated whether or not we should just move our manager, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I think following this, we'll have a final little look at everything that we've achieved. Look at the players and how they did, and, you know, our best 11s and things like that. What we've built here at Spurs. And I think then we're going to resign. I think that's what we're going to do. Before that, though, the small matter of a Champions League final. I will see you in the Stade de France as I send myself now on holiday for one day. We're straight into it. Look, here we go. It's Watching Man is watching the teams now warm up, and this is the Champions League final in France. Let's hear that sweet, sweet music for the final time with Spurs as Haaland leads the line. The former Spurs player. Núñez plays out on the right for Bayern Munich. Let's have a look at this Spurs team now. What is the lineup? Does Kane play up front? No. Osimhen plays up front. Kane on the bench. Bellingham captain on the left-hand side. França, Enzo, Camavinga. In goal, it is Costa. I don't know why that would be a shock, but that's the lineup. We're underway. Please win, Spurs. Please. It's Porro, Romero, Bastoni, Udogie at the back. And we have the first highlight with Yeremy Pino, who starts on the right. Bellingham starts on the left in place of Leao, by the way. Pino out to Udogie. Loads of space. Could get a shot away. Does. It's tipped over by Meslier in the Bayern Munich goal. Good first opening for us. A good signs for the rest of this game. Pino takes the corner, and it's going to be headed away, and France will pick up the pieces and lose the ball to Darwin Núñez. In midfield, just to finish off going through this team, it's Camavinga, França, and Enzo Fernandez. Camavinga playing deeper there with Fernandez in front. Then Pino on the right, Bellingham on the left, and Victor Osimhen, who scored twice in the FA Cup final, leads the line for us today. That means we've got Kane. It means we've got Sesko on the bench. Here we go on the attack here. Bellingham in the box. Victor Osimhen, he's put it in. It's his 30th of the season. We lead in the Champions League final. Great finish from Victor Osimhen. And we have got the lead in the Champions League final. Those Spurs fans in this side of the stand look going crazy as the ball goes in. Udogie did enough. Bellingham slips it across, and he finds a yard to just poke it home. Look, we're 1-0 up in the Champions League final. Oh my word, if we can actually do this fairy tale end to our time at Spurs, this would be glorious, especially when you've got so little control of what happens on the pitch. It's so... I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself. I know that Bayern Munich are really good tackle Yeremy Pino, but they're going to get it back. But it's quite... If you've done your own DOF save as... Oh my word. Is that going to be a penalty? No, it's not. They looked for one. If you've done your own DOF save, it's so satisfying to see the team win from what you've built. Knowing that you've got less control, it's a completely different way to play this game, and it has been so much fun. And I'm almost getting emotional by the fact that we could just go and win the Champions League here. Just see it through, lads. 23 minutes. It's still so early, though, isn't it? France is in for 2-0. Oh, it's a real chance. Meslier makes the save. That was a real chance. That could have given us a buffer. Instead, it's a corner. Pino will swing it in. And it's headed away by Rasmus Haaland, our former player. Well, that's that nice, Pino. Let that go out for a throw-in. Let's build from here instead. Half an hour approaching. We've hit the target 4 times from 4. We are knocking on the door when we go forward, aren't we? 2 from 2 for Bayern in terms of shots on target, though. Their performances, Meslier is having a good game. Davis is having a good game. Bellingham's having a great game for us on this left wing here. He's been used there a fair bit, you know. I mean, that we were looking, do we need extra wingers? What on earth have I just seen? That is... What is that goal? Oh my word. To happen in any game, that is ridiculous. In the Champions League final, did it catch the wind? What have you done, Diogo Costa? It's just flown in from over... What have I just seen? Oh... That is one of the most bizarre goals I've seen in FM, and it's just happened against us in the Champions League final. Diogo Costa, are you okay? Surely that's going to take a hit on his average rating here. He wasn't even playing bad. What have I just seen? It's 1-1 at halftime. Oh my word, the drama. I actually can't believe what I've just seen. That just flew in. It almost like caught the wind. Is it that windy in the Stade de France? Bellingham's won it back and lost it again. I don't know what to say. I'm almost speechless. If we lose this game from here, which it could happen, that's going to be so gutting. Bellingham, go and make everything right in the world again. Get to the byline. Get your cross in. Find Mateus França! Exactly that. Mateus França puts it in and we lead. And do you know what? Hopefully this means we can forget all about the sorry episode that was that goal that Diogo Costa has just conceded. Bellingham down the left. He kind of spins on it and finds Mateus França, who puts the ball into the back of the net. It's a good volleyed finish. Meslier can't keep it out. It's 2-1. And we're back in front. I mean, I still don't know what to say about that. Has he made any changes yet, Will Still? I haven't noticed any. Here come Bayern Munich immediately. Osman's won it back. França wide to Pino. Go and get a third goal, lads. Go on. Pedro Porro. França. That's going to be cut out by Darwin Núñez as he tried to find Bellingham. Highland. Darwin Núñez. I'm scared. Oh, Osman's won it. Use your pace. Get away here. I like it. Turns back. That's a good ball into space for Yeremy Pino. He's got players at the back post. França's there. Oh, he's had another chance. Mateus França is finding so much space in this Bayern Munich box. He's that third man runner from midfield and he keeps getting in. If only he could take... He's had 3. He's taken one of them, but he's had 2 other really good chances, hasn't he? 53 minutes on the clock. Here come Bayern Munich again. This is definitely not one of those games where there's no highlights. It is a highlight every time the time progresses, it seems. Camavinga over the top. Looks overhit, but they have to defend it. De Ligt back to Meslier. What will they do from here? De Ligt again. Into Kimmich. Are they going to build an attack or will we get this ball from them? We do get the ball from them. Bellingham. He's having a really good game. Goes back, though, to Bastoni. Enzo Fernandez. He can unlock a defense. Yeremy Pino's in behind. Osimhen scores, but is he onside? He looked like he might be off. The VAR check here could be crucial. If this goal is awarded, we've got breathing space. It's disallowed. I just wondered if it might be given. He did look off, didn't he? He's just ahead of the defenders. It's a good finish. Just about an hour on the clock here. Have we had any changes? I'm just going to see. No changes from us. Couple of changes or one change from them. Kimmich has gone off. And I think it's Leon Goretzka that's come on. Only changes so far as the hour mark has hit. It's França who's nicked the ball in the midfield for us. Just run it. He goes to Osimhen. I think this time he's onside. Can he finish it? Good tackle. Bellingham. It was an open goal. How have we not scored from there? What is happening in this Champions League final? I swear it was an open goal. It's a penalty. Rasmus Højlund has handballed it in the box. Our former player. And he's on a yellow. You've got to send him off, ref. Surely. He's handled it in the box. His arm was up. He hasn't sent him off. It was actually Musiala. That's why. Musiala booked. We've got a penalty. Yeremy Pino can make it 3-1. And he does. We're 3-1 up in the Champions League final. Yeremy Pino has scored the penalty. This Champions League final has absolutely everything in it. It's a great penalty from Pino. There's half an hour to play, and we just need to hold on with our 2-goal lead. Changes from Will Still. Romero off and Antonio Silva on. Ward-Prowse is on for Enzo Fernandez, and Victor Osimhen has scored the goal, or scored a goal, but he's been replaced by Benjamin Sesko. 3 changes for us with 20 to play. Just see it through, lads. You've got a 2-goal cushion here. Don't concede and make it nervy towards the end. Zakarian brings it forward for Bayern. He's come off the bench. Højlund! The former striker curse, the former player curse almost striking there. But we've hit... Well, look at our conversion here. 8 shots, 8 on target, and we've scored 3 of them. We've been really good in attack. 10 minutes to play. We just need to see it through. Another change. Bastoni has gone off. I didn't quite catch who had come on. Maybe Guardiola, I'd guess, has come on. It is It is Guardiola at centre-back. He needs to do some defending here. Musiala through to Zakarian. Can make it 3-2. It's a lovely play. Darwin Núñez. He's missed it. What is this game? What is this game? He baby-legged it towards the goal and it was cleared away by... I'm not sure who it was. I think it might have been Antonio Silva on the line. Adoji, Ward-Prowse gives it away. We're still trying to make this interesting. Highland. He's put it wide. I swear we had a touch on the ball there. It's just like completely unraveled into chaos, this match. There's 4 minutes added on before we are going to be crowned the champions of Europe. Tottenham Hotspur have won the Champions League. We've won the Champions League. We've won the treble this year. Will Still, our head coach, has won it all. And Jude Bellingham, captain on the day, because Harry Kane didn't come off the bench, is going to lift the Champions League trophy. And we have won it all. Our final game at Spurs. After this game, we leave. We leave successful, though. We've taken them from nobodies. Sorry, Spurs fans. To champions of Europe. Champions of England, back-to-back as well. Look at the confetti. Drink it in. Drink it in. What a save. What a performance. We've won 3-1 against Bayern Munich. We're champions of Europe. And that means one thing only. We need to come back from holiday. Because we need to resign. We've done it. I guess we should take one little last look around this club, shouldn't we, before we do it? But this is the end. We've achieved everything we set out to achieve. We gave it a one-season shot to do it. And they did it. They did it. Well done, lads. They did it. So before we say goodbye, let's just drink it in. Let's think about what we've achieved here. And I think a really good way to do that is to go to our manager, because I've got this now on my manager timeline. We have got Premier League champions. We've got all of these things down here. Carabao Cup winners. All of these accolades, despite never playing a game. Will Still, and before him his predecessor, Don Peruzzi. I think actually I want to go and have a look. What has Peruzzi been up to? That says Peruzzi. Peruzzi is still... That's not him. Has he retired? I think Don Peruzzi might have retired. I'm not seeing him on here, and he is pretty old. I think Angelo Peruzzi... Oh, what a shocking find. Don Peruzzi's retired. He's gone. No! That's the... Oh, my word. I was thinking about whether we could bring him back for the next club. He's retired. Do you know what, Don Peruzzi? Enjoy your retirement. You are a hero of men. You led us. You started this journey. If I go to here, look, the job history is a great way to show it. You started this journey. You didn't win a trophy, but you got us that 6th place finish. You started our building job. Then you finished 4th. You qualified for the Champions League. And then it was Will Still's turn. Will Still, if I go to here and show you his profile, it won't show you too much, but it shows you enough. I mean, there he is. It will show you enough to see just, you know what, this is what we've been working with, isn't it? On his 10k a week, assistant manager. A really good way to show this actually is if I go to the Premier Division, if we go to award winners and we go to manager of the year, Will Still did win manager of the year for 2 seasons in a row now with his 2 trophies, even though he's technically only the assistant. He's won manager of the year twice. Manager of the month, look, he won it on 1, 2, 3 occasions this year, and he was 3rd or 2nd on quite a few occasions as well when he didn't win it. Did he? Yeah, he came 2nd on this one as well. Look, he was 2nd on this one. Deserved manager of the year for Will Still. Well, as he went through this team, actually, this team here, as we built this super team, which was good enough to go and win the title with players that, you know, I think we tick every box. We've got like aging players like Harry Kane still in the squad, who is now, how old is he? 33 years old. With James Ward-Prowse, 50 sub appearances for James Ward-Prowse at the ripe old age of 32. He's doing his stuff still. We've got Sesko coming off the bench, 9 starts but 19 goals. Osman scored 30, look. Harry Kane changed to a midfielder, a natural deep line playmaker in the midfield. I love it. His actual physicals have started to drop off, by the way, now that he's 33. So many twists and turns, so many big name signings. We've even future-proofed this club, though, haven't we, for the future, with some really good youngsters. Chavez Carretero, our next club. I would love to try and loan him in. Maybe see if we can properly develop him by getting him on loan. He's loan listed now. I don't know what Spurs are going to do with him. Another mention, by the way, Ian, I think in the comments a couple of episodes ago, mentioned that when we resign, we should make Will Still the permanent manager here using the editor. I think I'm going to do that. I'll check it's possible, but I think I will actually do that because we want to see what he does with the rest of this for next season. We want to keep an eye on Spurs, don't we? And I think that kind of makes sense. I just want to, although it won't really show it in full detail, I do just want to jump over to the best 11 to show you some of the players that we've moved on from. Players like Heung-min Son, who went to PSG and has been really good for them. Scored against us in the Champions League last year, didn't he? But some of the performances in here, even though there are actually extra goals on this, because like Osman will have a load more goals on here. He's actually not in our best 11. But just to look back on some of the things that we've gone through, Ward-Prowse is the right wing back in our best 11. It's been a hell of a journey. A hell of a journey, look. From 6th to 4th, to 2nd to 1st, followed by 1st again with a glorious treble. Sylvain Awono, by the way, is our hot prospect. He's been out on loan at Wolves and playing a load of games for them, just as a bit of a check-in with one of our loan stars there. This is the squad. In fact, let me just go to here and get rid of the one so we can see our loan players. A few of these youngsters too. It's a packed out super squad, really, isn't it? Ramirez can come back, Martellotto can come back, Awono, Vitor Roque. I love the fact that Joan Raphael played in the FA Cup final despite not really playing all year. It's really sad to be saying goodbye, but I think the time has come. The time has come to go to here, go to our contract, and resign. Goodbye, Spurs. Oh, actually, they want us to reconsider. I've got no intention of changing my mind. Thank you for watching today. Please do subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. And when we go job hunting. And by the way, Clayts members, I'm going to go and have a look through, play through this save and find out what our options are in terms of our new job. The series kind of restarts after this point. I'm going to put a vote up for the Claytreon members. If you want to be a board member and vote on our next team, make sure you do support over on the Claytreon. Thank you so much to everyone who has done that so far. Subscribe to the channel. Let's do this all over again. Let's go and take our next team to Champions League glory, right? That's the aim. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching and enjoying this bumper long episode. Thanks for watching till the end. You are the real MVPs here. I'll see you next time. Have a lovely rest of your day. Thanks for watching again. Bye-bye.